Okay, so welcome to your tailored workspace for your Edexcel IGCSE in Physics. This is where all the work will go. It's actually not quite complete, but pretty much it's complete, so I thought I'd just make the video now. But what we've got up at the top is a link to the page where you can learn about your IGCSE. The specification, which essentially lays out all the things that are in your qualification. This is a generic whiteboard which I put in all of my workspaces, which I made a few years ago now. It has a few useful links for you down here along with my old logo, and some useful other things like periodic table, a ruler, a protractor, and we have a few videos I made years ago on random stuff. You also have a video down here. I think I might just change that a moment so you get a thumbnail. Okay, there you go. So there's a thumbnail of me about, God knows, 6 years ago maybe. And yeah, some tools to play, some shortcuts that shows you how to use the different tools in Miro. A lot of this is a bit of information overload, I appreciate, but as time goes on you'll understand a lot more of it. This is a link to, I think this takes you to, let me just find out, where does it take you? Yes, takes you to the Save My Exams website, where you can find a lot of questions and answers and videos and stuff specific to your IGCSE. So a lot of this is tailored around Save My Exams. In time we'll have a learning tool, very likely, that will be specific to Save My Exams. So here we have links to the Save My Exams notes. So if I just show you, if I click on, it's a bit, hang on, it looks like you have to hover over it and then click on the link that appears, and you'll get a set of notes like this. So if I just shrink those for a moment. Okay then. Okay, someone keeps calling me. Yeah, so we've got the different areas of the workspace here. As you can see, it's the same, right? Don't know if you can see what I mean. So forces of motion, electricity, waves, energy and energy resources and energy transfers. And here we have forces of motion, electricity, waves, energy resources, yeah, and so on. And we've got the rest of them down there, of course. So that all of these links will send you to there. And what we'll also have in time are the subtopics on the workspace as well. And these will have also have links to the particular area of Save My Exams. So in other words, within the topic of forces of motion, we have movement and position. This is just the names. This is just what Save My Exams has called them. And yeah, all these are the names, and you'll have similar ones within electricity. Here are the pages extracted from the specification. So this is actually written by, these pages here are written by your exam board, and it tells you a little bit more about specifically what they are saying that you'll need to know about for this qualification. We see that some of it is in bold and some of it isn't in bold. If you open up the document, it will say at some point what that means, but most likely what it will mean is that the stuff in bold will come up in the higher tier, and the stuff not in bold will come up in the foundation and higher. I also see that some things are in italics. It might be, I'm not sure if italics really mean anything in this case, but sometimes italics are, well, you got like italic and then bold, and sometimes italic might mean that it comes up in triple science and then yeah, but not in double science. But that might not be the case here, I'm not sure. Again, the document will say. So you have those for all of the different topics, and also you have a link to my resource bank. So if we click on that one, Here's the resource bank I made a few years ago, and the most useful thing I think from this resource bank is this bit here. So you click on that triangle, we have a load of question practice at different levels. You can filter it by clicking, I'm not sure if you can filter, you should be able to filter it hopefully, but otherwise you can search for stuff like that. I think the most useful thing though, because you can find practice questions quite easily nowadays, the most useful thing would be the simulations, because you can find all these simulations online as well, but it's just not that straightforward to find them. So there's a lot of different simulations which basically give you a way of sort of interacting with the different things. So whenever you want to open these up, if I just click there, it doesn't actually open it up. I can then click there to open it up, but I could just click on it there. So if I click on there, that will open it straight up. And so now I have the simulation that I can play with. Not sure how to play with this one actually. Okay, yeah, you just change a few variables. Yeah. Okay, so that I think pretty much covers it. As I say, we're going to produce whiteboards in here, and we'll just write on these. But the whiteboards will, oh, that's not a whiteboard, that's a rectangle. They look very similar. That's a whiteboard. It says Miro calls them frames. So let's say we did intro to forces, then you can find that whiteboard now in two ways. You can click on the link down here where it says frames. You've got the one that I called useful stuff, and this one just says intro to forces. You can also just press Control F and you can search for whatever you want. So if I started to type in intro, there it is. If I type in forces, oh, let's try that again, Control F, type in forces or just force. You can see you've got a few different options here. That's the icon for frame, which you can kind of see looks similar down there. Then you've got these capital T's, these will be text boxes, okay. Okay, so I think that covers it. Yeah, we'll stop there.